Hi planty people, I'm Krista from Botanical Bird, and today I want to do a plant unboxing with you. This box has two plants in it, and it is from Local Gardens Plant Shop. And I think they're out of Florida, but they could be, actually, let's see. I have tape on my address. Yes, they're from Temple Terrace, Florida. And I have purchased plants from them one other time and I really loved it. They used zip ties. You can see the zip tie coming out of the box here and on this side also. And I have never ever had a plant before shipped where it was zip tied to the inside of the box, but having the zip tie come out to keep it super safe. So I love their packaging, probably the best packaging I've ever seen. And so I'm excited for this purchase. So, and I've learned from my last plant unboxing, I had to blur out my address and it was such a pain to like follow the blur during every frame. So this time I just put duct tape on top of it. Living and learning, friends. Okay, I'm so pumped. Have you guys gotten any plant mail lately? What did you order? Did you like it? Was it what you thought it would be? Sometimes I feel like, unfortunately, you really like how a plant looks in the picture and then you get it and you're like, oh, that's a little different, you know? But I don't think that's gonna be the case. Okay, so here is what the inside of the box looks like. And both of the plants are covered with like thick packaging paper and they're zip tied around the pot to keep it nice and stable. And like I said, it's zip tied to the outside of the box. So these plants are not going anywhere. Oh, also a disclaimer. This is not like a paid or sponsored video or anything. I just really like Local Gardens Plant Shop and their prices are really nice. The only bummer thing is having to pay for shipping, but they frequently have sales and I feel that their pricing on their plants is super fair, like cheaper than most places, even like local shops here in Fort Worth, Texas. I feel like these prices are lower. Maybe with shipping, it's about comparable. The actual price for the plant, like I wish I lived in Florida so I could just go to their shop. It's awesome. Okay, so let's take one of these out. I know what both of these plants are, but I don't want to tell you yet because I want you to be surprised. So, oh, I lied. Okay, so this was just cover paper. There's like a small little baby plant there in the back. So here's a big one, and then there's a small one. Maybe this is a 6-inch and that's a 4-inch. I can't remember the sizes of the plants that I ordered. All right, let's cut this. Nice. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. I think I know which one this one is, but, ooh, some dirt spilling out. Oh, I'm on my my repotting mat though, so that's nice because even if I get a lot of dirt spillage, it's not a problem. This is the Sansevieria Whitney, and Sansevieria were recently reclassified as Dracena, but it doesn't seem like anyone is calling them that. The only bummer is there looks like, oh, okay, it looks like that can wash off. There's like weird, like rusty stuff or something on the outside of it, but I actually have, what, three other types of Sansevieria in my apartment in addition to other Dracena. I have a really, really big Dracena, Sansevieria. I don't know what the name of it is, but the whole thing is like this stripy stuff. There's no like solid green on it. And I love it. I feel like what did I name him? He was one of my first plants. I named him Marv. And my roommate and I at the time were always like, oh, good old Marv. Like he just is a really reliable plant. And so when I saw this, I really liked that there was the solid green in the middle with the variegation on the sides. I wish I could show you like the inside of the leaf. I feel like that's more noticeable. Hi! So it's covered in a thick packaging paper, and then the whole pot is like saran wrapped, so it looks like it's in sphagnum moss. None of the sphagnum moss can go anywhere. So I will unpackage that after this video, and I think I'll probably put it in really well draining soil, or maybe I should like research and see if maybe I should just keep it in the sphagnum moss. I imagine they wouldn't send it to me in something that was like not good for it, you know? So I don't know. Anyway, this is a Sansevieria Whitney, and I don't know the official botanical name, but like the layman's term for it is Dracena. Keep messing that up, even though it is a Dracena. Lots of people will call this a Sansevieria Whitney. Okay. But wait, there's more. Second plant. Ooh, there's a wet spot. Uh-oh. Let's see. Cutting into this here zip tie. Oh, look it, it's so cute. Okay. And, ooh, yes, I do know what this one is too. I ordered this a while ago. They have warned us that the shipping is delayed because of, oh, okay. Maybe not as happy. There's tons of wet sphagnum moss on top. Oh, and the leaves are all wrinkly. I want to say I'd give it water and then wait and see, but ferns really like lots of moisture and a lot of humidity. But I mean, the sphagnum moss it's in seems super moist already, so I don't know if that will help or not. That's kind of a bummer. This leaf is completely wrinkled. Let me see if I can show you. This leaf is completely wrinkled. This leaf is yellow and curled, and most of them just look really their veins are kind of popping out on the leaf, and so I don't know, it looks leathery, I think is a good way to describe it. I don't know if water is gonna help. Ooh, that's a bummer. Maybe I will transfer it to soil. I can't imagine that it needs more moisture though, because the sphagnum moss it's sitting in is still super moist. I don't know what the fix is on this. Maybe it just needs light. I got a shipping notification that it was shipping on last Thursday, and today is a Tuesday, and I didn't get there was no update from Thursday to Monday. It said it was in the same place, then all of a sudden today, Tuesday, it was here. Here's the ball of sphagnum. I don't know, I know ferns like it really moist, so I don't know, maybe it'll help if I put it near the humidifier and mist it or something. I'm not sure. This is something I might email them about if it doesn't bounce back, but I should take a picture of it now, because when you're dealing with plant vendors, there's a lot of scammy people who will mess up the plant, then take a picture after they've unboxed it, instead of taking it right away. And so then the plant vendor can't guarantee that I didn't do something to this. So I should take a picture of this right away in case it doesn't bounce back and I do want to contact them about that. That's how you should go about it. And you should never put someone on blast. I still love Local Gardens Plant Shop, and I'm not complaining or anything. If you have an issue with a plant vendor or a plant that you got shipped, oftentimes shipping's not the vendor's fault, unfortunately. It's not my fault either, but it's also not their fault. So the first thing you should always do is contact them directly and be nice, cut them some slack, before don't put anyone on blast without talking to them first, because they could totally remedy the situation. I've ordered some plants on Etsy that came completely obliterated to me, and the person just reached out to me. I did a review, which I should have just sent them a message. I did a review and I wasn't mad at them. I just said the plant came destroyed, and they reached out immediately and was hey, I'd love to give you a full refund. And I was great, thank you so much. I will change my review as soon as you do that. I kept the part saying that the plant came messed up, but it was also a really delicate plant. It's my maidenhair fern. No. It was literally, it's called a sensitive plant. Come on, And so I just added to it, it's probably silly to get a sensitive plant mailed to me, and so it's probably not the vendor's fault, and they had great customer service and sent it back to me. So that was these two plants. Obviously, Dracena are a lot, gosh, I keep doing that. Sansevieria / Dracena are really hardy plants, so I expected this one to be completely fine. And fern are known to be a little bit more finicky, so it's not surprising, but just knowing that I love this shop, I was a little bit surprised to see this. So hopefully maybe with some humidity and some light, it'll do all right. But you know what? Stuff happens. We're in a global pandemic, so a messed up plant's not the worst thing ever. I wanted to kind of update that process. So I emailed the customer service person, I think her name's Margot, and she was super kind, and she explained the plant's not ruined, it's just a little bit stressed from shipping, and so she recommended that I just give it a nice good drink and keep it misted for high humidity. I'm glad that she responded, and she said that they couldn't give me a refund for the plant, but they did give me an e-gift card for their shop, and so I appreciated that. And even the fact that they are kind and responding even if we don't necessarily agree 100%. Like I said, when they packaged that plant, it was probably doing just fine, and it's not really their fault that a plant might be delicate and not shipped very well. So I think that's part of it too. Is one, I think I'm not the greatest at caring for ferns. I have a couple of other ferns that are not doing the greatest. But then two, I think that they need such moisture and high humidity that when you ship them, they don't do very well. And so I think that's a thing to keep in mind when you're buying plants online, is to consider how well will this plant ship. There are certain plants that are very hardy, like Hoya, I think, that do pretty great when they're shipping, but something more delicate might not be the greatest plant to ship. And like, that's a risk that you can take if you want, but just maybe weigh the pros and cons and set expectations for yourself so you're not disappointed if it's a little bit different than what you thought. But anyway, I will be piecing this video together with another plant unboxing that I'll be doing in a couple of days. I should be getting an order from Planterina.com, and I'm also not sponsored by them or anything. I just like to order from them. So I will unbox that with y'all, and then you can tell me what you think. All right, you guys have a great one until this costume change in a couple of days, and I can show you the other plant. Hey planty people, today I got a plant from Planterina.com, and specifically for this plant from Planterina, I had it held over the holiday weekend because I was out of town and I didn't want it to arrive while I was gone or just sit in the box for an extra few days. So I just sent them an email, and they're so great at responding and said they would definitely hold it for me, and it has arrived today, so I'm very excited. All right, so let us get this started. And this one is a Dracena Twister, which is a plant I didn't even know existed until I saw it on the Planterina website, which I feel like is kind of a common thing for me, specifically for Planterina, because there's just so many plants out there and there's a lot that I don't even know about. And Amanda, one of the owners of Planterina, just knows about all the plants. And so this is what it looks like on the inside. It's nice and tied. She always includes stakes in the top so that if the box is jostled, the plant's foliage won't be crushed. And there's lots of thick packing paper around the plant. You can tell the pot is here at the bottom with foliage at the top. So let us pull it out. It looks like there might be some yellowing leaves at the top. Ooh, I didn't know that this was going to be a vertical plant, like a little tree. I thought this was going to be more stocky. Let's see. This is just so well packaged. There's no dirt going anywhere in here. I love this. Trying to preserve the paper, I actually just shipped plants to a couple of people who won my plant giveaway, and so now I'm like really appreciating the importance of saving packing material from other shipped plants. So under the packing material, they have tons of cling wrap, which is great because no dirt is coming out of this pot. One of my big pet peeves is when you're unpacking a plant and there's dirt everywhere. This might take a sec to unwrap though. Oh, you can't really see what I'm doing. This might take a bit. The other thing about the plastic wrap being around the pot is that it keeps in moisture, which could be beneficial or not, depending on the type of plant. If it's a really moisture-loving plant or if it's going to be in shipping for a while, that could be good because you don't want the plant to dry out and die. But if it's a plant that really likes to be dry, maybe plastic wrap isn't the greatest. But I haven't really received, I guess I've received one plant from Planterina that just did not do well in shipping, and that was because it was delayed from the coronavirus, and so it wasn't really their fault. This is what it looks like. On the website they have like a bird's eye view picture, which I think is really pretty. I don't know if the new foliage is yellow because the soil is too moist or if that's just the color it comes out as and then it hardens off to the darker green. But regardless, I love that it's like a little tree. I really like my like tree Dracenas. I think that they're really pretty and they add a nice statement. And it's so cool that the leaves like are twisting. And so this soil is super moist. So given that I super trust Planterina, I might just leave it, or I might change it out for drier soil because eventually it's going to dry, right? So if I leave it, it'll dry eventually, but I might change it out for drier soil because this is pretty darn moist and I don't want it to get root rot. And generally I don't like to repot plants right away after they're shipped because they're already stressed from being shipped, and I don't want to break any roots because whenever I try to switch out the soil for a plant, I inevitably tear roots. And so I try to avoid that as much as possible. But this soil, you can see how dark it is. This soil is so moist that I just don't think it's a good environment for this plant right now. So I might switch that out and then just hope that the damage I do in doing that is less than it would have been if I would have kept it in the soil. So I hope you enjoyed watching this plant unboxing today or over these couple of days. And if you have these plants, please feel free to share any tips for caring for them below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Botanical Bird, and bird has a U in it, not an I. And follow me on my planty Instagram, which is @botanical_bird. Thanks everyone, and remember, I'm rooting for you. Bye.